What's up, guys? It's Crash. I have another Arena Breakout Infinite video for you guys today. There is a hot fix coming in. I want to talk about the weapon changes and updates in that respect, as well as equally as important is what's not in this update. We're going to talk about that a little bit, as well as the new event that's coming to the game. Should be quite a bit of fun. The smuggling pumpkins event has already been good for a lot of laughs and a lot of fun on the stream. But with everything coming out this fall, there's so many good games going on. This one has stood up to the test for me, and it's still one of the main games in my rotation because it is just a really good free game, and it is a really good extraction shooter experience that is very seamless with a lot of just really nice quality of life stuff, and I'm really still enjoying playing it. So let's get into this update just a little bit and see what's going on. So there's going to be new missions for coins, and the coins are actually the premium currency that you can use to buy skins. So if you go through these limited time challenges, you can get up to 1,500 coins, and maybe that'll get you over the limit to be able to buy some of the cosmetics without having to spend real money. You guys know they took all the pay to win stuff out since they released over on Steam, and it's been a breath of fresh air for the game, as well as even the biggest container is locked behind challenges. You can't even buy the biggest secure container, so you get that from playtime as well. So it's been pretty cool to see a game like this that is free to play, that you truly can experience all the content for free. So you're going to be able to get some coins as well. There's going to be a login every day to receive a golden bundle. They're really kind of pushing rare gold bounties and gold items when we get into the drops that's coming. So that is probably the biggest news when it comes to in-game events. There's going to be airdrops every raid. They did this a while back with experimental stems, and it was pretty fun. But this is really going to push the PvP quite a bit. So this is going to happen on farm, the OG map. During the event, the lockdown raids will include one guaranteed airdrop containing 3 gold quality items. So there's going to be 3 golds in there. In Forbidden, there's going to be 2 airdrops totaling 6 guaranteed gold quality items, and red tier collectibles may also appear in these drops. So they're going to entice players with the possibility of getting a red in these drops. They're going to be insane. They're going to be a lot of fun. I have a problem. Let me know in the comments what you guys are going to play. Are you going to go for Forbidden where there's 2 and risk coming up against a team of thermals? Because thermals on farm are very strong. Or are you going to kind of drop it down to lockdown and play for that one with a little bit lower tier gear? For me, kind of trying to stay away from thermals, I might try lockdown, to be honest with you guys, but Forbidden will be a lot of fun too. So that's going to be cool. I wish they would do that on some other maps and things like that. Now, when we get into when we get into game balancing things, they're trying to improve the player experience by speeding up loot. So they said they've shortened the response time from opening containers to entering the search interface when these containers for supplies and raids, when searching containers for supplies in raids. I'm going to get through this. The response time for searching the loot of eliminated operators and militants has not changed. So when you're in the heat of combat, if you're going to try to loot a militant or an operator, you kind of already know how that's going to be. But when you're looting containers from hopefully safety, that's going to go just a little bit quicker. So that'll be really nice. Now, let's get into the meat of this, okay? Weapon adjustments. The MK14, which is a gun I really do like to run, they're reducing horizontal recoil and screen shake during continuous fire. This thing is going to be an absolute beast, and if you guys are looking for a gun that doesn't cost an arm and a leg to run, the MK14 might be it. The one that I use, it costs about 450k to build, so it's an expensive gun, but if you start stacking some survives and some successful raids under your belt, it can really pay for itself in the long run, because I think even in Forbidden, I've ran it with M80. So M62 308 ammo is about 15,000 around. M80 is like 1,000 or 2,000 around. So it's like 1/15 of the price to run this thing, because it has a really high fire rate and you can spray M80 pretty fast if someone gets up in your face. So really going to be interesting to see if more people use the MK14. Again, it's kind of one of my, I don't want to call it a budget gun because it's so expensive to build, but if you can get some survives with it, like I said, you can do good on basically your Cohen mileage when it comes to ammo, because it's viable with cheaper ammo because of that fire rate. You can really chew through some stuff with M80 at that fast fire rate. The M110 that everybody likes to run with red ammo that they craft in the hideout, increase visual recoil and recovery speed when firing. So I think it's going to bounce just a little bit more. It might not be as viable up close when you kind of try to spam it. The AN-94 reduce first shot vertical recoil and increase the fire rate from 600 to 630. So that might be worth checking out the AN-94 again. The MDR weapon stability increased by 7. I think that's a good idea because the MDR really, with what we're going to talk about in a minute, there's not much of a reason to use the MDR. And then this is the biggest head scratcher to me. One of the new guns for the season, the ZC807, the effective range was adjusted from 57 to 49. So they nerfed the ZC807, and I'm very confused why they did that, because there are not very many weapons that are 7.62 by 39 that are viable, and they nerfed it even more. That's just not a problem. I don't think that was an issue. But what I'm still looking for, and I'm scrolling down here, guys, and I'm not seeing it, is the HK. There's no mention of the absolute best by a mile meta weapon, the HK, or it's called the H416 in game. That is what you find if you're on any map other than Northridge and Forbidden. Almost everybody is running the HK with 995, and you can't beat it. You just can't beat it. It's a laser beam. It has a high rate of fire. You can purchase as much M995 as you want and run through that thing, and it melts anything very quickly. And that's not on here. And that's one of the things that players have been asking for a while, is an H4 nerf, and it's not anywhere to be seen. But you will catch me on Forbidden Northridge running around with an MK14 and trying to spray people with M80 because it's fun. I like to do different stuff. I play with different guns. I kind of refuse to use the meta. I try to make other stuff viable, and it is difficult with the HK being so stout. But hopefully within at least maybe by the next season, they update this. They've been historically a little slow to get some of these big updates in, but I have faith that they will eventually get there because a lot of people are calling for that H4 nerf. The other thing that they did to the game is they increased the spawn rate of some premium items, so maybe we'll see a little bit more on that. And then another kind of slower nerf to the ZC807, the 50 round drum mag is now going to have an ergo of -5. So there's some other little changes in there. If you guys want to see it, it is over on X. I will leave a link to the post down in the description of this video if you want to look at it a little more. But that's the main thing. So I wanted to get you guys that information on Arena Breakout Infinite. I seriously have been having a ton of fun with this game. It's so cool to be able to, if you want to run around with a gear ticket in normal, you can. If you want to kind of run some tier 4 stuff and get away from thermals, you really can do that within lockdown. And then if you want to go to Forbidden and really sweat it out and try to go for reds and stuff like that, you can. I've been having a lot of fun on Forbidden Northridge, the bigger map. I'm excited for the even bigger map to be coming. The airport map looks really sick. I did a video on that. If you guys want to check that out on this channel, that should be really cool. And I just really hope we can start to see some of these changes. You get the H4 nerf in there. You maybe work with some of the Forbidden lockdown and normal. The cost things need tweaked a little bit, as well as you could kind of cheese it by putting gear in your back, like taking off attachments off your gun and put in your backpack to get under the price point. We fixed some of these things, guys, and the game is going to get even better. But let's get that H4 nerf going. Let's fix some of the loot values, and we will be cooking. We'll get that airport map going, and this game is looking good. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'd love to see you on the next one.